How's Mr. Watson?
He took a bullet to the knee, then broke his collarbone falling down a steep flight of steps.
Oh my.
It's a dangerous thing to be a friend to Mr. Holmes. Nonetheless, John was recovering at a seaside spa near Brighton, and as soon as you called with your concerns about Mr. Holmes, he begged me to come right over.
I've been Holmes' landlord for nigh on 4 years now, and I've never seen him like this. I am quite worried. He's only left his room once in the past 2 weeks, and it was to get tobacco for that smelly pine. I bring him his meals, and he asked me to leave him outside the door. I believe Mr. Watson's injury has been quite hard on him.
Well, as John's wife, I certainly empathize. It's been rather hard on me as well. So, he is not working on any cases?
While he was at the tobacconist, a young lady came around. I assume she'll be back, as she's left her cane.
I'll just have a word with him and convey John's concern.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
I'll just be a moment.
Mrs. Hudson, I thought I told you. Ah, Mrs. Watson. This is quite a surprise.
My husband instructed me to visit and see how you were faring.
Fine, just fine. Though I am frankly rather bored. There's little to entertain me here. I'm not one who enjoys relaxation. My nerves fray a bit. But someone did drop this off yesterday. Says it's a gift for a Dr. Mortimer. What do you make of it?
John is just fine, in case you were wondering.
Ah, yes, I was about to ask.
Well, the stick shows somewhere, so I dare say he lives in the country and often goes on walks. The brass plate says CCH, so perhaps his hunt club gave it to him as a retirement gift. An older gentleman?
Bravo, Miss Watson. You inspire me.
Really?
Yes, you are almost entirely wrong, and your mistakes help guide me toward the truth.
Well, glad to be of assistance.
CCH doubtlessly stands for Charing Cross Hospital. I think that's less likely a retirement gift than a gift for a slightly absent-minded doctor opening a new practice in the country, as the wear and tear shows. He's a bit younger than you surmise.
Notice the teeth marks. He also has a dog, mid-size, perhaps.
Agreed. You are quite observant for a woman.
I met John serving as a British Army nurse in Afghanistan. If I was not observant, people died.
Quite. I'm sure you're quite happy to have that behind you.
I have John and my charity work, but I too, Mr. Holmes, grow bold.
Dr. Jane Mortimer is here to see you.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, 'tis an honor, sir, and I'm doubly pleased to see you have my walking stick. It means a great deal to me, and I was worried I had lost it.
Gift for opening a new practice from Charing Cross Hospital.
Exactly. Rather a forced departure. I worked my way up from being a midwife to a physician, but I was never truly accepted. So I moved to the country, Devonshire to be exact. No one cares if you're a man or a woman. They're just happy to have a physician nearby.
Bravo.
This is the wife of my dearest friend.
Mary Watson, most pleased to meet you.
So, Dr. Mortimer, what does a practitioner of the healing arts want with a man who specializes in criminality?
I have a rather extensive manuscript.
If you could summarize it to the best of your ability, that would be nice.
Very well. Prepare yourself. Hugo Baskerville was lord of the manor in the 1600s. He was lustful and cruel, taking whatever he wanted. And what he wanted was a lovely village girl. So he took her, and he locked her away in his tower while he dined and drank with his friends. Knowing her cruel fate, she escaped out the window onto the moors. When Hugo discovered she was missing, his rage was terrible. He took off on his horse, chasing after her, his friends close behind. He swore his soul to Satan if he could have her. When they caught up to the girl, they beheld her dead of fright, and behind her a giant glowing hound from hell. It tore Hugo apart, and his friends fled. Ever since then, the curse of the hound has loomed over Baskerville all, and all who reside in it.
story. But how does this concern me?
Perhaps you've heard of Lady Charlotte Baskerville.
She passed away recently, did she not?
A month ago. She was a dear friend. But in the few weeks before her death, she seemed anxious. One evening, I went over to check on her, and when I opened the door, she looked past me with an expression of sheer terror.
What did she see?
I whirled around to see what it was and saw a large black shape. It may have been stray cattle, I could not be sure. Whatever it was, she quickly ushered me inside and was deeply troubled. The next time that I saw her, she was deceased. But there were a few things of passing interest whenever I was examining the body. The ashes indicated she, despite her reluctance to go outside at night, were outside for at least 15 minutes. Her footprints also changed from casually strolling. Apparently, she began running, and the look of sheer terror on her corpse.
Not so unusual for a victim of a heart attack.
Perhaps, but what is quite unusual was something I found near the body, something I have not told anyone yet. There were footprints, Mr. Holmes, the footprints of a huge hound.
Surely you do not believe.
Belief is irrelevant. It is proof that we seek. So you wish for me to investigate the death of Lady Charlotte, correct?
There is a more pressing problem. The new heir, an H. Baskerville, arrived at the Dorset last night, fresh from Charleston. He moved to the Americas years ago for a better standard of living. He's never been to Baskerville Hall, and so I am to accompany him there. But that is signing his death warrant.
We'll see about that. I'll need to speak to this new Lord Baskerville straight away.
I'm pleased to hear you say that, because I told him to meet us here at 11:30. It's currently 11:25.
Presumptuous at best, but we will get this sorted. Mrs. Watson, tell John I wish him all the best, and that I'm sorry that he's not here for what seems to be a most intriguing case. Thank you for your visit, and assure your husband I feel like a new man.
I think I should like to stay and hear a bit more about the Baskervilles.
I think not. There is no need to concern yourself.
My husband is recovering from wounds he incurred on one of your cases. I believe you owe me this slight indulgence. I am staying.
Very well. Let's see how this unfolds.
A lady. The new heir is a lady.
Not the most anyone's ever accused me of, but I'm Hannah Baskerville, and for some reason I've been summoned to the office of Sherlock Holmes when I should be on my way to the Devon coast in my new home.
I'm Dr. Mortimer. I summoned you here. And we have much to discuss before you reach Baskerville Hall, and quite possibly your doom.
Good God, is everyone in this country addled?
Sherlock Holmes, detective. And although Dr. Mortimer may be a bit melodramatic, there are things that need to be discussed.
Your reputation precedes you, Dr. Holmes, so I'm eager to listen to what you have to say. And you are. Mary Watson, his assistant.
I'm sorry to have been taken aback. I'm actually quite pleased to have a lady of good standing as my new neighbor. I just assumed you were a man.
Lady Charlotte and I were the last two remaining Baskervilles, as my father passed away a year ago. I had cousins, but most drank and caroused themselves to death, and there was one other. However, that one was a real black sheep and disappeared in South America some years ago. My father rarely spoke of it, and it all seemed rather scandalous. That's family lore anyway. I'm the last remaining Baskerville and quite proud of it, and quite excited to get to my new home, so if we could just get to the point.
There's great danger for you.
You're the second one to tell me that.
Second,
I found this note slipped under my door last night.
if you value your life or your reason, then stay off the moors. All the words are clipped from the newspaper.
Except moles.
A word not commonly found. This note tells us much. First off, Lady Baskerville, did you come straight here last night?
Right off the steamship.
Then you are being followed. I take it no one knew you were coming.
Everyone knows there is coming. It's the talk of the village. No one knew she'd be going to the Dorset, except me.
This note, I think, is also a helpful warning from a friend. Notice the writing on the envelope. The cut of the paper is neat. Whoever was writing this was in a rush not to be discovered, but then had to quickly hurry by the crooked words. The words are clipped from the Times. The font tells us that. The paper is common hotel stock, not one of your better lodgings, mind you. There's about 20 hotels nearby that fit that description. I suspect the note came from one of those and somewhere within their refuse. All we have to do is find a Times with the words cut out and the net and type.
If the note wasn't bad enough, there are thieves at the Dorset. They took my boots.
Just what? That is the least of our worries.
I think not. It is important because it's inexplicable.
It's annoying as hell is what it is.
Well, I have much to tell you, Lady Baskerville. The Hound.
I've heard that story since I was knee-high.
There are things that you have not heard, and things that may cause you to reconsider your inheritance.
Perhaps you and Dr. Mortimer should go discuss this over lunch. I'll stay here and further examine the clues that are laid before us.
A bit of whiskey and a good lunch sounds just fine.
Meet us here when you're done.
Come, Dr. Mortimer, we'll go have lunch at the hotel and see if I can get my boots back.
Copy, Jane.
Watson, I need of your assistance.
Really?
I need you to go east 1 block. There'll be a young lady selling newspapers. Tell her I have need of her and her sister, and that it'll be worth their while.
I see I am suddenly valued.
There is no time to waste. Watson, these are 2 of my irregulars. Young people who are poor, but clever enough to be helpful.
We do dangerous jobs for a little pay, but it's better than no pay, eh?
Today, Florence, I need you to go through this list of hotels. And dig through their trash.
There's a ghost. Stick me in some garbage full of scarlet fevers going round. You don't got scarlet fever, do you? I heard the other night coughing and hacking and spewing. That was Edna. Hard to tell who's coughing when there's 8 in a room.
How horrible.
You're searching for a copy of the Times. Tell the staff there you work for a famous lawyer who threw away some valuable papers. Here's some shillings if you need to bribe your way in.
How many of those might be for me?
Enough, I assure you. On your way now. Sarah, I need you to go to the Dorset. There'll be 2 ladies dining, one with a decidedly American accent. Make sure they're not being followed. Be cautious.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's definitely someone following those ladies. They got in a cab and right after them, a man with his hat pulled down low got in the cab right behind them. I lost them, but this lady saw them all.
So, Miss...
Miss Ada Palmer, and you are Sherlock Holmes. Famous you are.
Thank you for your, compliments. Do you often loiter around the cab stand?
There's a bit of shade. I like to do my drinking in the pool. And there's a church out. People coming out feeling guilty. I get a bit more change near places of worship.
If we could skip to the vital details, perhaps.
Well, there I was, begging for change. And in front of me, 2 dignified ladies, and cab about to take off. And as the carriage departs, a gentleman with light-colored hair and jumps in the cab. And as soon as the carriage departs, he yells.
Was he well dressed?
A cut too big. Scarf look expensive though. Tried to nick it, but moved too quickly.
I don't suppose you snatched his wallet.
Tried to, but he moved too quick. Though the driver hesitated when he said his name.
Brilliant.
He
said he was Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll give you a shilling in the future for your time here today.
Thank you. Can I go now?
You may.
Well, let me know if I can use any help. I'll be a right nice man. He gave the cab driver your name. Now that is a bit of cheek there.
This man is daring and clever. We'll need to get Lady Baskerville to Baskerville Hall immediately. It'll be easier to detect threats there than this teeming city, and the isolation will draw the true villain.
So, she is bait.
No, she'll be protected. I, unfortunately, have to deal with a messy case of blackmail for a few days. Dr. Mortimer.
Has her own practice and lives miles away. I will see to her.
I cannot allow that.
No man can accompany her to Baskerville Hall as a round-the-clock bodyguard. That's scandalous. I will cable John, and when you arrive, I'll head back.
There may be danger.
But I will not be bold.
No luck. Most had already gotten rid of their garbage, and now I smell like cabbage and Dale porridge.
Thank you for your efforts. You should have some coins to return. Very well then. Come, Mrs. Watson, let us make plans. You leave tomorrow. It is safer to return to America. You realize that.
I've thought about it, but it's my destiny. I'm of Baskerville, and I won't be frightened away from what is mine.
Well, I'll be in constant touch with Mrs. Watson, and when the need arises, and it will, I'll be there shortly. Remember,
Stay off the moors at night. That is when the powers of evil are exalted.
melodramatic, but it is best to be cautious. Well, farewell and Godspeed. Mrs. Watson, I trust you have the revolver I gave you?
I do, and I am quite capable of using it.
Good. Trust no one. Charlotte's estate was worth near £1 million. Even Dr. Mortimer received a request of £20,000.
You don't think...
As I said, trust no one.
I understand. Farewell, Holmes. I'll keep you informed.
So, tell me, Doctor, what's my new home like? I'm so glad you asked. Well, Baskerville Hall is near the tiny village of Grimpen. My office is 5 miles south as the crow flies. Merripit House, occupied by naturalist Jack Stapleton, and his sister Belinda, is say a mile west of you. This home of the widow Franklin is between the Stapletons and I. By day, the landscape is green and the sun shines on the moors, but at night, the mist rises. Quicksand and sucking bogs stand ready to claim the innocent. Shadows flit across that desolate landscape. One hears whispers of those gone. It is the devil's playground. Well, that is reassuring. Thank you, Doctor.
Yes. We are here.
So we are. Baskerville Hall waits. Quiet, the place. No lights. Must be pitch black at night.
And that was quite the greeting. So many armed policemen on the road cried in.
The coachman didn't care to discuss it either.
Well, if you are Lady Baskerville, I dare say he might be intimidated.
Lady Baskerville. That'll take some getting used to.
Lady Baskerville, Mrs. Watson, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Baskerville Hall.
We will take your luggage. We've quite the welcome dinner prepared for you as well.
It is so nice to meet you two. My father often talked about your loyalty and services to the family.
And that service has been a great honor.
I do need to ask, the armed policemen as we rode in, what is that all about?
It is unsavory business. A murderer escaped from a nearby penitentiary. A Mrs. Selden.
Selden, the Cambridge murderer. He killed a whole family with a claw hammer. Policemen say they've never seen a more terrible crime scene.
It's hard to believe that someone could do that. It seems impossible.
I'm sure soon enough he'll be caught, madam.
I sure hope so. Lady Charlotte's death was enough.
A terrible tragedy.
Yes, what of that, Barrymore? Was it a heart attack? I've heard the Hound may have been responsible.
That seems quite unlikely, ma'am.
Does it? Sometimes I hear howling. A terrible, terrible sound. Chills me to the bone. I do not want to be out on that moor at night. And I feel so sorry for anyone who is.
I assure you, you are safe here, ma'am. Dinner will be ready in 30 minutes. It is a pleasure to have a Baskervilles home.
Barrymore fit the description of the man getting into that cab.
Selden, Barrymore, Devon is apparently full of homicidal maniacs.
Home sweet home.
Nothing like a bit of brandy before bedtime. Might help me get a bit of sleep.
Quite the first day.
I might do a bit of inventory around the hall tomorrow. See what I've got myself into. I do believe some electricity is in order.
Bravo! Drag this place into the 19th century.
That for me. Do you want to explore the homestead a bit tomorrow? I think I'll take a look at the countryside.
All right.
I'll catch up with you a bit later.
Good night.
Good night.
Holmes, I am writing to you with more questions than answers. Last night, I heard Mrs. Barrymore. She was sobbing as though her heart might break. And, well, today, when I was out on the moors, I met the oddest family.
Lady Baskerville! Lady Baskerville! Wait, please! You must leave Baskerville Hall. Head back to London for your safety, please!
Sir, I am not Lady Baskerville.
Then who?
I am Mary Watson. I'm a current friend of the owner of Baskerville Hall.
Oh, forgive me.
Jack! Where are you?
Here, sister! Say nothing of what I've told you.
Why? What is this all about?
My sister does not share my superstitious beliefs. She very much wants a Baskerville in Baskerville Hall for the good of the community. She's quite, what's the word, sensitive, and I do not wish to upset her.
Damn butterfly! When I do catch you, I shan't follow to preserve you. I'll just pull your wings straight off and... Jack, I see you've made a new friend. You are Lady... Actually, Mary Watson, no titles at all. I am visiting with Lady Hannah. Your brother and I were just discussing Baskerville Hall. Quite the place. Lady Charlotte was lucky. Not such a lucky ending to that story. Oh, she was a marvelous woman, a dear friend, but you know, between us, she let that tale of the Hound affect her. Oh, how so? Her nerves were frayed. She imagined she heard the Hound calling to her. She knew she'd be its victim. But on the heart, wouldn't you say? You don't believe in the Hound? Oh, that old wives' tale. The moors are quite dangerous enough without that foolishness. Foolishness? Dangerous?
Never go out to them at night. Unless you know what you're doing, of course.
Jack is correct. The moors are most hazardous. Dark as cold evening. Mist obscures your vision and quicksand is everywhere. Look over there. Past that rise is the deadly Griffin Mire, full of sucking dogs that can swallow a man whole. I saw a pony venture in there one time. It struggled to get out, till finally nothing could be seen but its head. Eyes filled with terror. It sank, never to be seen again. Forget the Hound, there are far more real dangers. I am not one for folk tales myself, but people, reasonable people, tell me that they've heard the Hound. Oh, well, the Scrooge owl produces a most chilling
cry in the, what is the name, Jack?
The nesting doublet gives off an unearthly sound.
So many possible explanations for an unearthly sound, yeah? A rational explanation for everything. As an associate of Mr. Holmes, I'm sure you agree.
How could you know about Holmes?
Oh, Dr. Mortimer is a ceaseless fount of information. When will the great man be joining us?
I'm not sure. He is a busy man, and if you could refrain from spreading that bit of information.
Watson, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. I thought we might get some lunch at the pub. Meet all more folk.
Well, here are two of the more folk. I'm Belinda Stapleton, assistant naturalist.
I'm Brother Jack.
Sorry, we Americans tend to be a bit abrupt.
No, I find it charming.
So, you catch specimens for museum.
I do most of the catching. Jack mounts them and sells them.
Well, maybe you can show me on the brown moors when you have some time.
I may be free this week, in fact.
Jack, look! It's a lepidoptera, a rare find. Come help me.
Can you manage alone?
I shall be very cross if it escapes us. Very.
I'll see to that walk later.
That was sudden. Quite the duo. I mean, these folk might be a bit eccentric.
Probably more of the same at the pub. We can still make lunch, I think.
Let us talk for a moment first.
Last night I heard something.
I had a bit of an adventure last night as well. You first, though.
I heard sobbing. A woman, loud and unrestrained. Assuming it was not you, it had to have been Mrs. Barrymore.
That's shocking. I can tell you there's something suspicious about Barrymore's, though. Last night I awoke to a sound, and when I went to go see what it was, I saw Barrymore in the hall and through an open window holding a lantern. I have no idea what he was doing.
We must find out. I fear it portends no good.
I do believe a drink is in order.
We could, though we are awfully close to the widow Franklin's home, the last of your neighbors we've yet to meet.
And a possible suspect.
Everyone is.
Well, so far everyone here seems to be at best a bit
Interesting?
insane, but let us see what she's made of. Hello, Mrs. Franklin.
Well, you must be Lady Baskerville. Welcome to Devon.
Mary Watson, her friend.
I saw you coming from a distance thanks to my telescope. I see everything on these moors.
That's quite interesting.
My husband, rest his soul, taught me to be alert. If you are not, people will take advantage of you. Even your cousin?
Lady Charlotte.
Two of her mules made their way onto my property. Scarcely an apology from her. We did not speak for years. Of course, she maintained it was not my property line, but I fought that in court, you see. Yes, everything I can see here is mine. I fought for it, and it's mine. I'm no stranger to Portland.
I hope we can have a better relationship.
I can only.
The hour grows late. We must head back so we are not caught on the moors of dark.
A fine idea. Sell them the killers out there.
You need not convince me. We'll make haste.
And there's another man, not seldom, I've seen him of late, walking hills at night. Be most cautious.
Another man?
This grows more complicated by the minute.
Mr. and Mrs. Barrymore, we've returned.
And we are quite pleased, especially as the missus and I would like to speak with you about an urgent matter.
Please, go ahead.
We have enjoyed so many happy years here at the Hall, but we feel it's time to move on.
We're going to Australia, taking some of Lady Charlotte's money and opening a pub.
We will, of course, work out a month's notice.
Lady Charlotte was lucky to have you, and it is my bad fortune that you are leaving now. You are part of the family, but I cannot deny you a chance to better yourself. I can truly say it will not be the same without you.
Thank you, my lady.
We will miss this place and remember it fondly. It was our home.
Best of luck.
Quite sudden and perhaps a bit suspicious. Tonight we'll follow Barrymore. Meet me in my room at 10 p.m. He was signaling someone. We have to go down there.
No, we most certainly do not.
I have a gun. light was relatively close to the castle.
Maybe a little too close. Did you hear something?
No?
Just nerves, I guess.
Why didn't you kill him? It's no small thing to kill a man. Besides, he looked and sounded so pitiful.
Should we
Head back inside? Yes, and rather quickly. So, Holmes, I find myself with many questions and virtually no answers. I wish John were here, but I am on my own. I suggest you hurry to Devon as the situation becomes more complicated and perilous.
Having you show me all around the moors has just been amazing. You seem to know every butterfly and bush out here.
Well, that is my job.
You know, coming here is really starting to feel like I was going to be a stranger. But now this place is starting to feel like home, and I think much of that has to do with your kindness.
It's been a pleasure. I haven't had anyone to talk to for quite a while. Belinda can be difficult.
She's a very take-charge sort. I notice any time we arrange a meeting, she always has something for you to do.
She likes to have me at her beck and call.
That makes her seem rather selfish.
Would you be talking about me?
Only in the nicest way.
Jack might like to know that we have several specimens to do for preparation.
Oh, I think I'm all caught up.
You think very little these days since her arrival.
That is most unfair.
She thinks that because she's a Baskerville, she can have whatever she likes. Well, we are not all so lucky. And as my brother's only living relative, I do not approve of this relationship.
Belinda, you are being ridiculous!
What did you say?
I said you would be,
Ridiculous! He's a grown man. He can do as he pleases.
Really, Belinda, there's nothing between us!
Oh, nothing. Well, perhaps your sister is correct. You can get back to your very important business, as there's nothing keeping you here.
Let me explain.
Jack, now!
You heard.
I did indeed. I am sorry.
Why would she not want her brother involved with a baroness? Surely the Baskerville name is one of good standing.
Like everyone else in these parts, she's a bit mad.
It's not just her. He's so shy, he's barely touched my fingertips. He acts like he's terrified of me half of the time and in love with me the other.
I am very sorry for your troubles, but we have more pressing matters to attend to. This case seems to be no closer to being solved than when we first arrived. I say we stop waiting on Holmes and take action. Tonight, we confront Barrymore.
I agree. I'm feeling a bit confrontational just now.
Tonight, then, we'll wait up and catch him by surprise.
Lady Baskerville, a moment of your time.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Well, I just feel terrible about our little misunderstanding.
What exactly did I misunderstand?
Well, I'm just very protective of my brother. He's all I have, you see. It's hard for me to believe that just anyone could be good enough for him.
We'd like to make it up to you. Perhaps dinner what evening?
Perhaps
It is rather difficult for Lady Baskerville to tear herself away from the state business.
I feel we can make some time very soon.
I do understand if you're busy.
I think we can work something out.
Ah, splendid! I hope to see you at Merrick House quite soon. It will be an honor. Good day.
What just happened? I am not sure, but you are certainly not crossing the moors at night for dinner.
I suppose that would be foolish.
That matter is settled. Barrymore, what are you doing?
Nothing, ma'am. Just looking over the estate.
Give me that lantern.
Ma'am, please,
Now!
There it is! A light on the moors. He's signaling someone.
Who is it, Barrymore? What's going on?
It is not my secret to tell.
All these years in Baskerville Hall, and now you betray my family? You can talk to us or talk to the law.
Please, my lady, it's not his fault. It's my shame.
What are you talking about?
Selden, the convict, he's my brother. My husband signals to him so we can know where to take food. He'd starve to death out there without us.
That might be best. He is a maniac.
It's not like you think. He was always odd. He had terrible fits of temper, but he never hurt anyone. Took to wandering the countryside. We wouldn't see him for days.
I could not tell you.
You stood by your wife. I appreciate that, but this is a grave matter. Now both of you go to bed and we'll discuss this in the morning.
You won't call the authorities?
Not just yet. I have a lot to consider. Somewhere out there on the moors is the answer to this riddle. And a murderer, a hellhound, and a mysterious gentleman. I think for the time being, I'll stay right here in Baskerville Hall and see if I can't get some rest. I have a lot to think about.
You asked to see us.
I tossed and turned all night, and I thought about your brother. I can't see how spending his last years in a hellish prison will do him much good. For the loyalty you've shown to this family, I'm going to allow you to take him to Australia. But it needs to be damn quick.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I am forever in your debt.
After what you just did, I feel I need to do the best I can for you in return. I can tell you why Lady Charlotte was at the gate that night. She was meeting someone with the initials LL.
How do you know this?
As I cleaned out her study, I found a shard letter in the fireplace. She clearly meant to destroy it, so I assumed the letter could only blacken Lady Charlotte's name. I never told anyone. The letter asks that she meet at the gate at 10 p.m.
Do you have this letter?
It crumbled to ash, then.
Still, that gives me a clue to work with. Thank you.
It is the least I could do.
You don't even have a name. This is not London. The initials will suffice. I assume you have a busy schedule today. I have painters and decorators coming in. No time, Jack? Perhaps an afternoon walk. Very well. I'm off to see Dr. Mortimer. If anyone knows who LL is, it'll be her. Be careful and stay off the moors at night, I know.
Just make sure you don't do any digging past that tree or that rock over there. That's my plan!
I'm well aware, Mrs. Franklin.
Dr. Mortimer, I was just on my way up to your home.
Oh, I'm indulging my hobbies. Doing a bit of digging. The soil marvelously preserves these bones. Believe it or not, this was a handsome fellow back in the day. I think I shall call him Frederick, after my great uncle, who is also dead.
You're jacked.
Oh, good. I have you both here. I wanted to inquire about an associate of Lady Charlotte's, but I only have the initials. LL. Is there an LL here in the village?
I don't believe so.
Why must you go prying into people's personal affairs? Lady Charlotte is dead. Leave her be.
No reason to get so distressed, Mrs. Franklin.
You want to see something? Come here. Every couple of days, a young boy delivers food to a small camp there. Undoubtedly Selden's lair. Just between those two rocks, there's a criminal, there's a murderer.
Why have you not reported this?
The authorities have never done anything for me. They ignore my complaints and treat me like a crazy old woman. To hell with them!
And it is a younger person that delivers this food, not an older man?
My eyes have not failed me. It is a child. Now investigate that and leave the dead in peace.
Well,
There is no LL in Griffin. I suggest you try Coombe Tracy, just a miles away.
I'll head there momentarily, but first I have a potentially dangerous favor to ask of you.
My.
I need you to accompany me to the moors tonight. There is a mysterious stranger who has set up camp there. I propose we confront him. Franklin believes it to be Selden, but the youth of the lad delivering the food proves to me otherwise. I can say no more about Selden.
All right, I'll trust your discretion. And tonight, we go on a manhunt. How invigorating.
Meet me at the hall at dusk. I'm on my way to Coombe Tracy. Sorry to interrupt your lunch break, but I assume you're the postmaster?
I am. Have been for years.
I am hoping you might be able to help me. I am looking for someone with the initials LL.
No one around here with those initials.
You seem to give that little thought.
When I'm sure, I'm sure.
This concerns the death of Lady Charlotte Baskerville, a most serious matter and a perplexing one.
If I knew anyone named LL, I'd not be telling you. People have a right to peace and quiet, not always being persecuted.
I simply want to ask some questions, no harm intended.
I am done speaking with you, madam. It's fine. I'll speak to the young lady. Are you sure? Yes, quiet.
terribly impressed with you. I am Mary Watson. I'm a friend of the current owner of Baskerville Hall. I believe you knew the former tenant, Lady Charlotte Baskerville.
What is the purpose of these questions? Did my mother send you?
Your mother?
Eileen Franklin?
I had no idea.
She's a spiteful woman, so I assume she sent you. She and I are estranged because she regards my behavior as scandalous.
I think I should like to hear it for myself.
I have nothing to conceal. I also have no reason to confide in you.
I have reason to believe that you and Lady Charlotte are friends. For her sake, I need to know everything there is about her life and death.
It's a simple story. I might as well. My father was a decent man who adopted my sister and I at a young age. But my mother, she was always angry and spiteful. Once he died, she became more embittered. I desperately wanted to leave home, and so I married. A terrible mistake. He was an artist, and not a very good one. He abandoned me, and were it not for my sister, I might have lived on the streets. Some of the wealthier people in the area also knew my plight and tried to help. Mostly people who hated my mother. Lady Charlotte was one of those, and Jack Stapleton is another.
So you corresponded with Lady Charlotte.
Rarely.
You even sent a letter to her asking to meet the night of her death.
How could you? Yes, I did. I intended to leave for enough money to leave Devon forever.
And you had to meet her at 10 in the evening?
I certainly did not want word to get around to my mother, and I knew she was about to leave for London before I had a chance to speak with her. Is that all?
For now, I may be round again.
If you must. Please, tell my mother none of this.
I give my word.
I'm prepared for any contingency.
I believe that is wise. I'm far less worried about Selden than that mysterious man on the moors.
And the Hound.
I wish I could say that the Hound is not real, but I cannot. Be most careful, and we'll make our way towards this mysterious stranger's lair. Are we close? Just straight ahead, away behind these rocks. Someone has been here for a bit. Wait, I think I heard something. Stop! Don't make me kill you!
Well, that is a most hostile greeting.
Holmes? I'm surprised and quite confused.
Forgive me for deceiving you, Watson, but had I revealed myself, I'm afraid our murderer might have been far more unguarded.
Why did you not tell me?
I'm afraid, had you attempted to communicate, that would have led to my discovery.
That is not how one treats a partner.
Forgive me, Watson, I meant no harm.
My husband may be used to your inquisitive ways, but I am not.
I apologize, but I commend you on making progress on a difficult case.
I have no interest in your praise, but I will accept your apology as we have no time to waste. I have to tell you about Laura Lyons.
Yes, I know about Mrs. Lyons' illicit relationship with the true villain of our piece, Jack Stapleton.
My confusion has multiplied exponentially.
Stapleton and his wife are the true villains here.
Why?
He's married to Belinda. She's pretending to be his sister as it suits their purposes. They're fleeing from the law as well. Running a school, they purchased cheap signs of beef, knowing the beef was rancid. 2 children died, and the Stapletons pocketed the profit. They fled Yorkshire and headed here to the moors. My net is closing in on them as they're preparing to strike. And Lady Baskerville, we must be prepared.
But why? What is the motive?
That I have not yet discerned.
I propose we go over and discuss this with Lady Baskerville.
You frightened him! He doesn't seem to be intimidated!
Away with you! Away!
Are you alright?
I think so.
Let us go! I fear we may be too late!
Someone's fallen off the cliff edge!
No! This can't be! I have failed! I swore to protect her!
No! Take a closer look. That's Selden. That poor man!
I thought you were alive!
What are you doing on the moors at night? What could possess you?
Jack came by and pleaded with me to meet him for dinner. He was supposed to meet me at the edge of the moor. The Hound, Mr. Holmes, it's real. I saw it. I hid behind those boulders
yourselves say nothing about the Hound. Follow my lead.
Is everyone all right? We had howling and screams. Is Lady Baskerville okay?
All is well, except for Selden. Poor man, he apparently stumbled off a cliff, confused by the fall, perhaps.
I'm fine. I was on my way to meet you, but I ran up on Selden and saw him stumble.
I'm very glad you're all right.
Oh, yes, there you are. I'm quite pleased to see that you're okay. And very glad to see you, Mr. Holmes. I've been awaiting your arrival.
Much to do in London, but now I'm here to solve this puzzle.
Did you perhaps hear the sound of a large dog?
Like the phantom hound that stalks the moors.
Well, yes. Though I'm sure there's nothing to it. It's just such a mysterious day.
Well, I say this fellow dies of a plain old broken neck. My associates and I were chasing him. Quite tragic.
Lady Baskerville, I'm just so happy you're okay. Maybe you can join us at the dinner at American House later this week. I can personally escort you from Baskerville Hall. That's very kind. Jack and I will make plans. Come, Jack. It's late. Why was I to say nothing? What's going on, Mr. Holmes?
There is much to be explained, and then all will be clear.
You must tell Barrymore about what has happened. I don't relish that.
We have to alert the authorities. They need to recover the body. Body?
I'm sorry, Barrymore. Selden fell victim to the hound. That was her brother. She was taking him to Australia to live out the rest of his life in peace. We had given her leave to do so.
Selden was my neighbor on the moors. He seemed harmless, quite confused. Though, I do not like the thought of justice not being served. No matter now. Miss Barrymore, I'm sorry for your loss. Tomorrow, we will summon Laura Lawrence and get her to tell us more about Lady Charlotte. Good evening.
Well, he's all heart.
The portraits! In the hall!
All my ancestors?
Brilliant! Brilliant! It makes sense now!
What is he talking about? I have no idea. No one does, except Mr. Holmes.
What we seem to back with you.
We have summoned you here because we have information that I believe will be most important for Mrs. Lyons.
I'll speak with you, but I did think we had finished the business.
I'm afraid not.
Who's your friend?
Sherlock Holmes, detective, and I have news regarding an acquaintance of yours, Jack Stapleton.
I know Mr. Stapleton.
Did you know that he was married?
That's a lie.
The one you believed is his sister is actually his wife.
I do not believe you. He would never.
I have here a marriage certificate and a sworn statement from the minister.
Oh, this can't be.
Tell me about that letter he wrote to Lady Charlotte. It was designed to lure her out, was it not?
Lady Charlotte was the kindest person in the world. I told her I was desperate and that I had to see her. Belinda promised me that I would receive enough to perhaps secure a divorce from my husband. She wrote the letter, but after it was delivered, she dissuaded me from going. She gave me the money herself.
Made you swear to keep it all secret.
She said the death was suspicious and that I might be implicated. I just wanted to be with Jack. He always seemed constant and true.
Well, he's not. And I think regarding your point in all of this, affairs and whatnot, I'd say you're fortunate they left you alive. You walked the edge of a very steep cliff, Mrs. Lyons. I would suggest a brief vacation well away from the stable. Here's some train tickets. You'll be hearing from me shortly. Farewell. I have all the evidence that I need now. All I need to do is summon Lestrade from the London police force. We shall see the end of this, but at some risk. Lady Baskerville, we need to keep that dinner date.
We'll Will she be willing to take that chance?
She will be unsuspecting.
That seems...
Cold. It is necessary, and we'll catch a murderer. Come, Watson. The game is afoot. I'm pleased you could make it, Lestrade. I hope you brought several of London's finest with you.
On such short notice, when you score about Hound, hardly. It's not as if you're well loved by your Tories.
I know they tire of my continually besting them. Still, though, I would have liked a bit of manpower. I want to firm a solid ring of protection around Lady Baskerville.
I am that is great important London, and you drag me all the way out here in the middle of Devon for some superstitious foolishness.
I assure you, this is most important.
Is it not bad enough that I have a new partner?
Edith Smith, reporting for duty.
I heard they were letting women on the force now.
Woman, Holmes. Woman. The only one on the force.
And they made her your partner. Your popularity never ceases to amaze me.
Dark is approaching, Mr. Holmes. Lady Baskerville will be headed to Merrick House.
As will we. I suspect the attack will happen after dusk. We'll station ourselves around the Stapletons' home. I hope you all have your revolvers handy. I think you may need them. On to Merrick House.
It is awfully quiet.
Lady Baskerville arrived an hour ago. I suspect we shall soon see the plan emerge.
Sir, I'll creep down the path and I'll observe.
And what do we do when she emerges?
We follow her, and if the hound threatens her, we shoot it, swoop in, and arrest the Stapletons.
That seems quite simple. Perhaps too simple.
Sir, Jack does not seem to be there. It's just Belinda, and she's giving Lady Baskerville hell. She is.
I suspect we shall soon see them emerge. Be prepared. She's in full flight. Where's Jack and where is Belinda?
She's well ahead of us, and the mist is getting thicker.
That complicates matters.
Perhaps I underestimated the difficulty of this endeavor. She's running headlong into the creature, and we are well behind.
Lady Baskerville, break!
The hound or me, Hannah! I will end you. You'll grow no further.
Got her!
Holmes can protect you now. I didn't need Holmes. No! Jack, help me!
Amazing shot, Mr. Holmes.
I had a beat on that hound if only you'd gotten out of my way.
You can't get out of your own way, Lestrade.
You're limping a bit, sir. Perhaps when you fell.
Just get me back to London.
Lady Baskerville, I hope you're all right.
That was too close. I could feel its breath on my neck.
Well, it's now time to find the architect of all of this.
I shot her. She left me no choice.
Oh! Well, sorry that happened. But she was wicked through and through.
Seems like everybody shot something besides you, sir.
Ah! No, I tried to save her! Explain yourself. What happened to your head?
I was supposed to walk her back after dinner and make sure the hounds had killed her, but I couldn't. When I protested and begged to put an end to this mad plan, Belinda struck me with a candlestick and tied me in the closet. I managed to break free, and when I burst into the dining room to shout a warning, Belinda drew her gun. I tried.
You are pathetic.
It's late for an attack of conscience.
Take him away. It makes me sick to look at him.
I am terribly sorry. My errant plan almost got you killed. I badly miscalculated Lady Baskerville's erratic behavior.
Hellhounds and guns tend to have that effect.
That hound was hideous, glowing, frothing at the mouth.
That creature was nothing but a huge mastiff. Blinded, half-starved, only dependent on such, which is why your root was taken.
Poor beast. But where was this creature hidden? It certainly was not chained at American House.
Well, that's elementary, my dear Watson. It was housed near the Ripon mire where few dared to go. It was trained to seek out Lady Baskerville as it did Lady Charlotte.
But why go to all that trouble? She could never claim the hall or the fortune.
She could have her revenge. I can think it's sickening to see someone take something you think is yours.
But why? What is the motive?
I will show you.
Must he always disappear?
Aha! Found it! Perfect.
That's Belinda.
Actually, this is Millicent Baskerville, owner of the hall from 1720 to 1745. When I saw this, I knew Belinda was the missing Baskerville heir.
My father never told me the missing heir was a woman.
More errant than a scandalous man.
Well, I suppose you are right, Lady Baskerville. She simply wanted her revenge.
Well, back to London, I suppose. I have a particularly messy case regarding the Queen's butler. But first, I think I should go see Dr. Watson. I have been a bit neglectful.
I will accompany you. I'm sure John will be most interested in hearing all of our adventures.
In that case, I have a most intriguing case in Scotland regarding a double murder and a rare jewel.
Well, perhaps I can be of assistance.
Perhaps you can. Lady Baskerville, Dr. Mortimer, I bid you a farewell. Watson, I apologize. You're very capable.
I'm overwhelmed by your enthusiasm.
You're very, very, very capable.
All right.
Now come, Watson.
The game's
The game's afoot.